Grand Rising family. Just giving us no lesson or anything this evening, just giving us a place to kind of come together and just reflect together, on the trials and tribulations of our ancestors. Giving us a place to come to and spend a little time together. Trying to upload another video that's taking forever to upload, but it'll get up when the Most High wants it to get up. But live is going to be up for a while. Okay, we're going to do at least a couple hours, just giving everyone a chance to spend some time together, reflect. See how many people we can get up in this piece this evening. How many people we can get in here to give some love to our ancestors and thanking them for their prayers in order to get us, into this position. Their prayers getting us in this position right now. Thank you to the moderators. For some reason, my writing is all jacked up. That's weird. I can't even read the writing. It's like all on top of each other. Let me see. Can you guys read in the chat? It's like everything's like it's like it's written like on top of each other. I cannot read any of the chat. This is crazy. I'm going to check and see if I can see the chat on the other phone. Hmm. Hmm. So I can see it. I'm trying to see if I can see some. I can hear the bugs. So I can see it. I'm trying to see if I can see some. I can hear the bugs. I'm not seeing any of the comments or anything going on right now. I don't know why I cannot see any of the comments or anything. They're all whited out. I try to go on another. Okay, now I can see them. Okay, for some reason, I can see them on my other, on my other, my tablet here. They're always trying to stop with everything, right? It's amazing. I never hear these dogs barking, and they're barking like crazy tonight. We got something. So we got some spirits out here. I wanted to see your guys' comments too. You guys are a big part of the channel, and I wanted to see the interaction with the family. So exactly, those dogs know. I was watching that movie Ghost like a week ago, and it was crazy because you remember the scene with Patrick Swayze was looking in the eyes of that cat and made that the cat jump. So these are spirits. These animals can see into these spirit realms. Thank you again to the moderators. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. Like I said, this is going to be just more so of an opportunity for us just to come together and have a place to come together and send our prayers up together. Send our prayers up to the Most High together. Bring all things into remembrance, remembering our ancestors, remembering the things that they've gone through. Like I said, I'm going to leave the chat open so everybody can have an opportunity to chat, but I'm not going to be, it's not a lesson or anything like that. It's just an opportunity for us just to have a safe place for us all to kind of come together, spend some time together, Give honor to the ancestors, definitely. Thank you, Miss Dollister, about be aware of deceiving spirits, of course. Definitely think about the Most High blessing all of us. Thank you. All praises. Great seeing you here, Sister Lisa Cabrera. Great seeing you here, Ancient Gardener, Miss Abby. Thank you guys so much. Great seeing you here, Love Abides, Myola James. This is, so many people have been here for such a long time. It's been such a blessing. Great seeing you, Romy Black. Appreciate you. Okay, family, we're back now. Can't see any comments on this thing, but we're here. Yes, you know it's very powerful for us all to be coming together, spending time together, praying together, coming on one accord. That's something that they don't want to happen. That's something that they don't, they don't want to see. They've never wanted to see that. They've been manipulating numbers and everything else for such a long time. But like I said, the numbers don't matter. We know that we're having a profound impact, with what's going on right here. And the Most High is using us, and I said, and that's just a beautiful thing right now. Yes, Queen Mommy. The biggest fear of the Psalms 83 is that we are on one accord, exactly. And we're not worried about what they say, and we're not worried about their opinions, and anything like that. We're not worried about trying to, prove everything to them. And that's what, you think about it, like that's what they've always wanted us always to be, fighting and arguing with them and trying to prove things to them. But like I said, they're all on one accord. They've all been working to keep us from our Father. So even when we brought out all this proof, all this information, they still act as if we're crazy. We don't know what the hell we're talking about. So like I said, it was never about proving things to them, Yes, Miss Ebby, they are definitely afraid of our unity, exactly. That's the thing. We're not like worried about like proving things to them, proving this this truth to them. And that's it. WC working on heaven. I like that one. Thanking the Most High, thanking the Holy Spirit. Definitely taking back our history. And it's amazing. The more information we get, this is just more confirmation. And to me, like I said, it's just a huge confirmation that they've been knowing everything and just been playing the dumb role the whole time. Been playing the dumb role the whole time, and they still do all the way till today. Let's see that. You guys are gonna see. Brother Moriel shared a video with me, and I made a video on it. I'm waiting for it to upload about the things that even the Arabs know. They all know. They all know the truth, and it's like you can tell that they're all just they all work together to not confirm it or act as if everybody wants to play the pity party. They always want us to sympathize with them, but again, no one ever sympathizes with the things that have happened to us. No one cares. Right, Dina? Even the ancestors offered them an olive branch. Exactly. Right, Davida Braxton? Exactly. Because that's one thing, like with the pastors, they have to know what not to teach. I talk about that forever. Like, they have to know what not to teach, what they're not allowed to teach. So you're trying to tell me they haven't read it? Of course they've read it. So you got to know what not to say, what subjects not to touch on, you know. Seeking truth, that's so correct. It's just nice to reflect on all those who came before us. And since the enemies did destroy, us back then at our lowest state, they will not destroy us for what is to come. Exactly. And just think, like, what I think about when I'm reading these other books about like the Inquisition, things like that, like they buried all of the history. The people that they killed, they buried all that information. They buried all the things they did to them. They buried what they were accused of. They buried everything. So like our ancestors were not even really. I mean, how can they rest when there was no justice in the way that they were treated and the way that they were killed? No one knew about them. They would just, they would make these accusations. They would go to prison for years, decades, sometimes the rest of their lives. You just imagine, you have little kids or whatever else, and we think about just slavery here, but this kind of stuff was going on even before. You got like a little child, and all of a sudden you get someone just makes an accusation, you get thrown in the jail, and you're just stuck there, and you can't really defend yourself, whatever else, or whatever happens to your child. The parent, the mom, and the dad. It wasn't just men. A lot of women stood strong, in this truth, and they were killed as well. So they were a lot of times in this auto da phase, they would kill these people right in front of their children. The last thing you see is your child crying and you getting killed. Yeah, I think about that with my own children. Just thinking that, like, if someone is making an accusation and I get thrown in jail, and who's going to take care of them? Who's going to take care of the mother? Who's going to take care of my children? If you have business, if you have money, if you have land, all that stuff's going to be taken away from you. Going to be given to the church. All that. So like I said, our families have been destroyed for a very long time. And they would sit there and and all the way to the end, they would still, follow their power. They would not deny the Most High. They would not deny who they were. And they would go all the way to the grave, being, tortured and killed in front of everyone mocking them and laughing. And those spirits are all still here, And they've always told us to just forget about it, don't think about it, it's in the past. But like I said, but those hurts and those feelings are still with us. Even today, they followed us all the way down, all the way till today. They're in our DNA, No, David Braxton. I kind of heard a little bit about that with the police officers. That's crazy. For 6 months. I heard a little bit about that. And I get all these alerts about these other videos. Oh, this just happened in just 24 hours. Something big is going to happen. They're still on all of that. They're still on the fear tactics, Right, impress the third, yeah, right, exactly. Because they knew in the end it would pay off for their children. Never sell out. We are saved because of our ancestors' deeds. Very true. Very true, impress. Thank you for sharing that. So they were paving the way, for us to be here today. Our ancestors were paving the way for us to be able to come back to our knowledge, come back to our Father, have an opportunity to look at this information and read it and be able to internalize it and be able to have the Holy Spirit working with us to get this understanding. I totally agree with you, Astarte Jones. We are the ancestors back for recompense. Exactly. You know, and I got to talk about in the last video, you know, it's like when you have people that come and make comments, it's like, you know, where are you got to really think about this. I mean, people, you really need to really think about this. Why aren't your pastors and your priests saying anything about this? Why is it that if the few of you who are in a lowly state who really haven't even studied are still the only ones that are trying to come out and defend your religion at this point? That should tell you a little something. If people in the know who've studied more than you, whose job it is to know the scriptures, who are paid 10% of your wealth, 10% of your income every month or more to lead you, you know, in the correct understanding of the Bible, all those people are quiet. None of them are saying anything. So that should let you know a little something, that the ones who are in the know don't say anything. They're quiet. So if they really believed in their churches, if they really believed, you know, in their dogma and their doctrine, they would be front and center trying to, you know, keep the money coming, you know, keep you guys, you know, on the straight and narrow with their religion. But what you're getting is absolutely nothing. You know, we are here calling you guys out. We're calling out your lies and your fake history and everything else, and nothing. Pastors holding master's degrees in lies, right? Rummy Black, exactly. Great job, Chris G. I appreciate you. Miss Evie, thank you too. All praises, Pens A. That's what I'm called to do, you know. Thank the Most High, He gives me the opportunity to do that. It's all Him. It's all the Holy Spirit. You know, our angels are with us. You know, remember like in the book of Jasher, it talks about Judah going places, and there was always this mighty angel that was always with him. And you just think like we have access to these mighty angels that are with us at all times too. You know, it's our opportunity for us to acknowledge them and to thank them for being with us, because I know, like I said, without these angels and these spirits around me, I wouldn't be here today. I have had way too many, if I would have turned this way instead of that way, I wouldn't be here anymore. You know, and I think we all have those testimonies, you know. If I would have made this decision as opposed to this decision, I wouldn't be here anymore, you know. We ain't forgetting Ish. All praises, Miss Evie. Thank you so much. Exactly, Deborah Lee. These pastors and priests are contracted not to tell the truth. Exactly. That's why they get so much money and so much influence in this society, you know. Yeah, right. Debbie, that Raxon. That's what they're used to. Masters of lies. Exactly. It's crazy. This new video that I made earlier says it won't show up. I'm probably not going to release it till tomorrow morning. Tomorrow when we rise, you know. Got one of my favorite orbs here, my Charite, which is good for getting in touch with the other realms here. My Charite orb here. Hold this one. Yeah, if you guys don't hear the sound for a little bit, it's because I muted it for a little bit. You know, I'll mute it for a few minutes and I'll put it back on. Okay, so if it goes out, it's just because I muted it. That's all. Okay. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate you. So just so you guys know, yeah, we can see right here. This is it's my baby right here. I got stuff going on in the house, so you know that's why I got to kind of mute things sometimes over here. It ain't just me. Exactly, I press the third. There. Hold on real quick. All right. So yeah, about using the things the Most High has given us. Like I said, when I talked about that in the Gospel of the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, and talking about how all things of nature, are pretty much under the man's authority, good men and evil men. So they've been able to use all of nature for themselves. They've been able to bend nature to their will because they got the opportunity to get our information and use it for themselves. And now the Most High is bringing it back to us to use once again. And, for the good of people and for the good of the world, Exactly, Queen Mommy. Exactly. This is why it says we are using our powers now because they say, don't do it. Exactly. You can amplify things with the stones that we have access to, earthing. We have spirits that are here waiting to help us, waiting to assist us that we've just been ignoring this whole time. Exactly, ancient gardener, right? Nature is telling them to kick rocks, right? Exactly. Charite, I don't even know how you even spell it. Here, I'll leave it for here. It's like a purplish and black stone. I want to say you usually find it in Russia, right here. Everything has a spirit, exactly. It's for you, Raquel. There's a Charite right here. It's funny because I can't even have this stone by my bedroom because like my wife's really, you know, it really affects her a lot more. And I kind of had it upstairs when I was reading, but I had it next to me, and she's like, "Did you have that char right next to the next to the room?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "It had me up all night long." I'm like, "Yeah." So she knew before she even saw it that it was already affecting her. So like I said, so I know that these stones definitely, these vibrations affect all of us so differently, you know. Just look up Charite and it'll tell you. And it's like a black, I mean, it's a black and purple stone from Russia. And you just kind of spell it the way that it sounds as best you can. Good night, Deborah. Great seeing you. Get some rest. I'll leave this one right here. That stone is called Charite. Has some smoky quartz as well. Very true, Astrology. Those stones and crystals are definitely ancient. It says they are witnesses to all the atrocities perpetrated upon us. Definitely a lot of things to think about, you know. At least the dog's quiet now. I'm not sure exactly how you spell it. Like I said, just look it up on Google. Just Google it right now and see what it should have. I think it just say purple stone, Russia. Spell it the best way you can, and it should show up. Great seeing you, Brad Atkins. Thank you, Chris G. Appreciate you. Guess that's how you spell it right there. Oh, what happened? I placed copal in the vessel earlier. It looks like this right here. It's got like charcoal in, like a little piece of charcoal in it, and it burns. And then you put this in it, and it makes the smoke, and you can use that to sage your house and stuff like that. but I don't think I have very much in there right now. Right, Armand? Exactly. Oh, this dog's going crazy over here. What the heck he's seeing over here, huh? So I've never heard this dog do this before. Uh-huh. Like seriously growling and everything over here. Definitely Sonia G. I'm finishing the work. See, Brother Muriel put up a video with the Most High giving us his shalom, giving us his peace, and can you feel it? And I totally feel it. I said I totally feel like a huge shift and a huge change has come over us and the world. I was listening to a sister whose video just popped up and was talking about how that when they a couple of weeks ago when they had that alarm on all the phones and everything else, how that was like a sign, and they were going to give all these people an opportunity to leave. They're going to give everybody an opportunity to to get up and leave and give them places where they can go and get out of America. And certain people were going to be able to stay here, and if they were going to get reparations, the ones who stayed here were going to get reparations. I was just like, it's just funny how you're starting to see more and more videos talking about these topics, Like I said, they're well aware of Numbers 35 and 33. They're well aware of how the lands have to be cleansed. They've just told people that that's not the case, but they know otherwise. It's just crazy how long it take for 10-minute TikTok videos to post. It takes hours for some reason. It's amazing to see all these great comments coming out. It's crazy, isn't it, Connie Johnson? All these negative vibrations. That's all that you're seeing, you know. This is it. This is it. The dollar is about to crash. This is it. Oh, we got 24 hours. This is it. Russia this, Ukraine that. This is it. Israel this. Palestinians this. Oh, Hezbollah, Hamas this. Oh, the idea is everything. All day long. Nothing but like negative vibes. All day long. Very, very true, Yasharal. Mocking us, But now they're getting mocked every day. And it's amazing to see how, there's billions and billions of people. And you got all these, Constantine Christians and everything else. And no one says anything. No, Heath, I didn't see you. I didn't see that question. Are you asking if he did, or are you letting us know that he did? Put a hedge of protection around us. We definitely have to keep these high frequencies going, Romy Black, exactly. And that's what Most High put it on me to do this evening, so we could do that, spend some time together. No lesson or anything else like that, just thinking about our ancestors and the things that they've gone through. Because the whole world has been confederate to keep that information a secret, to keep us not thinking about any of that, to make it seem like this time of the year is so negative, and it's time for us to shun, any discussion of ancestors, Well, of course he's going to protect us. That's what it says, How that protection is going to come about, we're not sure exactly, but it talks about how we're going to see all these events, was it 10,000 on one hand, 1,000 on the other, and that's going to happen to certain people. Like, that's what we're going to be seeing, Right, Chris G? That's all that it is. Fear-mongering for days, hour upon hour, right? Most High's giving them a beat down, right? And they're trying to put up a strong face, loaded with tears. That's it. It's like there's nothing positive. They have nothing positive. Before they used to talk about their country, their founding fathers, their history, their this, their proud history, this, that, and now you're not seeing any of that anymore. Yeah, right. Israelite by blood. Man, these mosquitoes have been so aggressive now. I came out here in the backyard one day. I had like the TV set up in the back. I was trying to chill and watch a little bit and just hang out outside. Got bit like 15 to 20 times in the daytime. And I guess it's these new mosquitoes that came here from Asia, and they're just ridiculous. And I guess they don't die off at all. They're here all year. So they got me so upset. I had to go get myself a new zapper. I don't usually like to do that, but I like try to live peaceably with all things. But that was kind of ridiculous. So I was like, oh no. And people ask about the whole protection thing. I'm like, we're already being protected. You don't think there's already people all the way around us, that, we need protection from. It's the Most High has been protecting us our whole lives from. Right, Tiffany, tell you, and that's it. When you have a good understanding, you will definitely see our story everywhere. All praises, third eye cam. Like I said, we've all been making huge strides. I can speak for myself. You know, I've grown so much since 2015 when I started doing this. You know, I believe certain things, but the Most High constantly gave me more knowledge and information, and I wasn't scared to go down certain rabbit holes that many are definitely afraid of doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing that right now with I mean, a lot of these famous people dying left and right, man. You know, a lot of these famous actors. The dude from Friends just died. Matthew Perry, only 54. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Goes with destruction. Um, really young to be, to be to be passing away. You're starting to see all these people, that were in these privileged positions, their whole lives, leaving early. It's like calling people real early. Right, Yosef Yisrael, they were all cussing me out earlier, right? Now they're looking all crazy. Right? All praises Beverly Huron, exactly. We've all been growing. Hey, man, I'm sure many people have been, oh, yeah, this fool gone crazy. I can't listen to him anymore. I've seen that many a times. Oh, he's into witchcraft now. He's into magic. He's into this. He's into that. Come teach us. The old boy used to try to cuss me out. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to come and explain yourself to us. I was like, man, okay, bruh. Oh yeah, you definitely can see the cursor switching over clearly. Uh huh. Right, Queen Mommy. No wife, no children. Very true. You see the whole world in a totally different light now. Mm-hmm. So don't envy any of them at all. I do not envy any of them at all. Right, Tiffany, tell you exactly. You've definitely been talking about these taboo topics years ago. Mm-hmm. That is what the Most High just put in my heart. And we're back. I'm glad the Most High woke woke up some people to come to kind of have an opportunity to come to the live tonight and spend some time together. We definitely keep that vibration high, you know. Like I learned something new from my brother Modiel. He sent me a video, and I did a video on it. But you know, it's taking like hours for it to load or upload. But you know, more than likely I'll just release it tomorrow morning. Very true, Miss Evie. Says we have forgiven so much that the other nations don't seem to grasp the concept of us pulling back and saying our prayers are for our own people, but we need to heal. Very true. And that's it. Like, you know, it gets to a point where, hey, man, we can only work with y'all so much. Most High has given you guys ample opportunity to do the right thing, to turn from your wicked ways, and you just choose not to. You know, it's convenient. They make it convenient for you to continue in the wicked ways, you know. They could have a better life, huh? But it will backfire when bricks money. I don't even think these. I don't even know. I don't have any faith in any of these things that they're saying. You know, they keep talking about everything, but it just seems like it's a lot of it's just a lot of distractions. You know. Exactly impressed. We're ahead of all their plans. Everything they will do, everything they do will fall. I know this is how it ends. How this ends, and it's not them. Abram is really my grandfather. Ancestors can show you things if you listen. I agree. That definitely the ancestors can show you things, and that's like this is such an important evening because our ancestors are we're now acknowledging them, and we're seeking after them, and I'm sure they've been waiting for us to do that. You know, you have to be open and willing to receive the messages that our ancestors are going to be able to give to us. And I think for so long, you know, because we'd been cut off and been shoved down our throats to cut us off, that these messages could not be received. Yes, they have so many different monies out there, and they know who we are. They've been knowing. I said that's that whole Psalms 83. It's like we were the only ones that forgot. They never forgot. You know. Israel is just this month's primetime movie. Right? The new Netflix original that came out this month, and I said Anthony Coulter. They never forgot, right? And we understand, like I said, they've never forgot. That's what and when we first got into this truth. We used to get like so excited. We used to see one of them acknowledge us, and like we did something. I'm like, bro, they've been knowing, you know. I'm gonna mute this for a minute. There seems to have so many people here, even though we know there's more people than they're saying. Right, Yusuf? Exactly. I'm about absolutely everything. Funny. But it is what it is. We'll find out soon enough how the Most High really worked all this out. All right. What's diaspora talking about? Get out of this idolatry, Israel. Who are we idolizing? You don't have to say you don't have to even delete his message. We was asking like what the hell is he talking to give us some proof. You know these people all the time always kind of running their mouths with no proof. Yeah, more likes than people here. Right. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm just leaving the chat open. I'm just leaving the chat open. Oh, okay. So that's what dealing with our ancestors is like that, huh? Okay. Well, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I suffer not a witch to live. We're still busting out those old scriptures, right? It wasn't talking about a witch, but all right. It was talking about something else, but that's okay, man. You can go ahead and believe that if you want. His work is wicked. Hey, no problem. But you're still here, though, huh? Always at that guy, the diaspora, like, well, like I said, hey, man, just please prove to me that we are only subject to 66 books. There's so much other information and other books that, and that's the same old tactics that the Constantine Christians use. You know, we all know those are the same old tactics to keep you away from, you know, actually having prayers for yourselves, for ourselves, for our nation. You know, they don't say nothing about these churches having their little seances, making us repeat after them, doing stuff like that, because you still follow the church doctrine by only reading 66 books. They always want to say something, but it's like, as long as you don't study, that's the main thing that they want. They don't want you studying for yourselves. They don't want you thinking for yourselves. They don't want you reading any other books other than what they've approved for you. So long as you do that, they can control you. And we got plenty of people who look just like us, who are still under that Constantine Christian dogma as well. I'm gonna plug this one. Hold on quick. It's exactly the same old tactics that they've always used. I never understood how giving reverence and just acknowledging your ancestors was somehow evil, somehow witchcraft. Just like I get people saying, "Oh, you're praying to the Holy Spirit," or you're praying, it's something you're praying to another God. I only pray to Yahushua. I'm like, giving acknowledgement to the Holy Spirit is not, praying to her like that. But it's like, whatever, man. These people, like I said, actually comprehension seems to be a skill that many people have not learned. And there's more than 80 books too, genius. So whatever, what are you talking about? We read way more than that. Ancient Garden ain't playing with any of them, huh? That's funny though. They say that they deal with the all 80 books. Well, in Tobit, they're doing things that you would consider witchcraft as well. So please, miss us with all that. get you, Tiffany, exactly, the accusing. That's exactly what a lot of our people get, just accusing, making accusations with no facts, right? The fish guts, exactly. I like that one, Agent Guard. I'm a strict parent. Well, you guys have the power. That's why you guys are the moderators. I appreciate you. So we're going to stop the live in a little bit. We've gone over here for a couple of hours, at least over 2 hours, you know, but like I said, it's been a beautiful time just to be able to spend a little bit of time together. So it's such a blessing to be able to do this, you know, spend time together. Just bring, I think, be like-minded, thinking about the ancestors, looking at some crazy people come over here and run their mouths about stuff they don't, you know. I deal with 80 books. Bro, there's a lot more than the 80 bucks, man. You know, you always tell people like, hey man, if you don't like it, you know, you can always keep it moving. You can always go do your own channel and do your own lives, as we always tell people all the time. But they don't want to do that. They want to be in everybody else's business all the time, right? Are they going to save somebody? Losers. No, I have no idea about the Judah Broadcasting Network. Right, Ancient Garden, they never want to keep it moving. They always want to be in somebody else's business, right? Right, Jamil Brown, exactly. This awakening is happening much faster than anything they could have imagined. I didn't think it was going to be this fast either. But like I said, I just now with the, you know, the fact that there's no one trying to really come at this truth or trying to disprove it. Like we said, hey man, just prove 66 books, prove 80 books. Even if you believe in 80 books, prove that we can only read 80 books. You know, I said, prove that the Most High limited us to any amount of books, any number of books. I said, that's all church doctrine. So as soon as you do that, you want to talk mess about the churches, but you don't read anything. I see so many people that'll just come up, put a book up in front of the TV or in front of their camera and put the book down and never read out of it. I was like, what exactly did that accomplish? What exact? Oh, just show us maybe you have a book. I said, and a lot of these people sit there and say they read all these books, but they don't really believe it. Just like the dude that said the dude that said he reads 80 books, the diaspora guy. I said, okay, we'll go to 2nd Esdras 14, go to 43 on down. It says it's going to be like many books that are going to be released at the end. So it's not just going to be the 66 or 80 books that the church approved. It's going to be many other books, right? So if there's going to be many, look at all these libraries that they burned. They went around, right? It says libraries are full with millions of books, but we're only allowed to read 66 and 80 of them. Exactly, right? And that would be like more like chapters, right? That are in these books. And there's all these books, these libraries filled with books. And then these churches, when they got their power and they got their dominion, what did they do with the libraries? They went from country to country, stealing information and burning books, because they can only deal with a very limited amount of information. Me too, flea bitten. I got my eye on a couple of houses already. Got my eye on a few places already. And that's why like a lot of people like wanted to pool their money and go and buy land and go and establish places here. But I'm like, I'm not looking to try to establish things in Edomite systems, you know. I said they didn't do that with us when they got their opportunity to come over and take over. It wasn't like they wanted to like just fit into our system and just kind of live. They came in and they just took over everything. And I'm sure that's exactly what the Most High is about to do to them. He's about to, he's about to hand everything back to the original owners in the first place. Not, trying to go out and buy like, 20, 30, 40 acres of land and build on it and just live separate while the rest of the, world is living under the Gentile rulership. No, it's not gonna be like that. Most High has given everything back to his people. And the ones that will be staying will be the ones that are cleaving to the Israelites. Right, that's a great point, Don P. Ben Yehuda, that's a great one. 250 books that were transcribed during Ezekiel's period. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mulgraves. I appreciate you. Movie and music convention. I appreciate you. I have to reach out to the person who hooked me up with the hats so I can share their information. I have it in my office. I need to pull that out because I love that the lion hat that I have. I'm gonna try to get a couple more. I wear that hat all the time, and then so that if you guys want to get some too, I'm gonna make sure I'm trying to pick a community section, or I'll try to add some of the information into the what you call the community section, or into the description section.
Bro.
Watch the. And turn the light back off. The light. Thank you. My dog's out here now. Well, I think we're able to manifest a lot of things now. We can see things that we want, pray about it, and see if it's in the Most High's will. And so there's a reason why the Most High puts things in our path, because He wants to bless us with a lot of things. That's like these, a lot of things these churches have taught, and it worked for them when they were under their blessing. A lot of these things that they were manifesting, and I think we were manifesting a lot of it for them, because they would have us doing what? Going into their churches and us praying, and then manifesting things for their powers, manifesting things for their benefit. That was all part of their blessing, using our prayers in order to manifest things for them. And now that's not working like that anymore. So I think we're going to work on manifesting things for ourselves, right? I totally agree with you. At this point, the heathen is a complete joke. Exactly. So wanting to build up a society around them or in their, when they're, in charge. I said, it makes no sense to me at all. I said, because like I said, the more the Most High expose them, the more you realize that they're a joke and that they have absolutely no understanding and they cannot continue with dominion in the state at all. They can't continue, being the dominant ones in this society because they're being exposed. I'm gonna let the family go and go ahead and finish up this evening, however you guys want to, as far as spending time with the ancestors and just thanking them for everything. And of course, thanking the Most High first and foremost, thanking the Holy Spirit, and thanking them for giving us the opportunity to spend time with each other this evening in order to kind of just set the mood, set the tone for what is to come. And we know that great things are on its way. All praise is family. Shalom.